Welcome everyone. I'm Dr. Ramya, second year PG. Today our topic is oral contraceptives. What are contraceptives? These are artificial or other techniques which prevent the pregnancy, which is a consequence of sexual intercourse. These contraception, they prevent the pregnancy after a sexual intercourse. The major forms of artificial contraceptions are they are long acting reversible contraception such as intrauterine device, that is reversible means after the stoppage of the treatment the woman can again become pregnant. Next is hormonal contraception pills or depot injections. These are which inhibit the ovulation, ovulation results in pregnancy, so they inhibit the ovulation. Coming to barrier methods such as condoms, then emergency contraception. You might have seen ads like I-pill or any other pills. These are emergency contraceptives which are used after the sexual intercourse. Next, fertility awareness, to give the awareness to the individuals like about the contraception and at what time they can undergo sexual intercourse to prevent pregnancy. That awareness will be given. Coming to permanent contraception, that is, they can never become pregnant again. Vasectomy and tubal ligation. Vasectomy in case of males and tubal ligation in case of females. That is, uterine tubes will be ligated. In vasectomy, vas deferens will be cut in that surgery. Fertility control, theoretically the fertility control, it can be achieved by preventing the union of sperm with ovum and controlling the central mechanisms, that is CNS mechanisms, then modifying other physiological mechanisms of reproductions. In general, when a female is breastfeeding, then the conception can be delayed. This is also one physiological method to prevent pregnancy. That it is already present in a woman who is breastfeeding. This is because the elevated of prolactin. Breastfeeding does acts as a natural birth spacer. Coming to physical barriers like condoms, pessaries, or intrauterine contraceptive devices, and chemical barriers which are in the form of spermicidal gels or any foam tablets. These are physical barriers which help in contraception. Fertility, these are the mechanism of actions. Like fertility, it can be controlled by using the drugs which act by inhibiting ovulation or modifying the cervical mucus, which does not cause the entry of sperm, or interfering with the implantation, that is they stop or they interfere with the zygote to attach to the uterus or endometrium. When a zygote is attached to the endometrium, it results in implantation. So here it interferes with that implantation process. Then coming to slowing down the rate of egg transport of egg into the uterus, the rate is reduced. Then preventing the ovum maturation and sperm capacitation, immunological methods such as vaccines, and inhibiting spermatogenesis in males. Before learning about oral contraceptives, we'll learn about the few hormones which are used in the oral contraceptives. Hypothalamus is the higher center in which we have anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. In posterior pituitary, it releases oxytocin and vasopressin. We have learned about oxytocin, which is a uterine stimulant in our previous class. It helps in milk ejection and in breast, and it also it is uterine stimulant in uterus. So oxytocin action is on breast and uterus. Similarly, vasopressin, it acts on the kidney, renal arteries. Coming to anterior pituitary, we have LH, luteinizing hormone, and FSH, follicular stimulating hormone. Both of these act on the ovaries and which are responsible for the hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Whereas FSH and LH in male testes, they are responsible for testosterone. So here we have to learn about estrogen and progesterone in oral contraceptive pills. What are oral contraceptives? They are highly effective and easily acceptable, and administration is also easy as they are oral, so it will not be any problems for any woman. In this method, either an estrogen progestin combination or a progestin alone is used. Estrogen progestin combination pill. What are these uses? How they are effective. They are remarkable in efficacy. They are relatively safety. They are easy in administration, and they are cost effective also. So combination oral contraceptive pills, they contain ethinyl estradiol, and which is estrogen, and the progestin, which belongs to 19 nortestosterone group, norethistrin or norgestrol, which is derived from progesterone or a derivative of norgestrol. So we have ethinyl estradiol and the progestin. Coming to the methods of administration, we have different methods of administration like monophasic, biphasic, and triphasic. So in monophasic, we have fixed dose combination of pills. In this, commonly, one pill which contains estrogen and progesterone is administered daily during night, that is at bedtime after food for 21 days. So you will start this pill on the 5th day of the periods to 25th day. You will continue the cycle for up to 28 days. 5th day of the period means if periods is started today, then you count 5 days. On the 5th day you will start this pill. The next course is started 7 days after the last dose. Okay. If the patient, if she forgets to take one pill, she should take immediately the next pill within the 12 hours. Like if you have forgotten yesterday night and you remember today morning, you have to take the pill of yesterday's night in the morning, and you have to continue today's night tablet also, and you have to continue the schedule again. If more than 36 hours, like for more than 2 days or 3 days have passed between the last pill, then you have to consider that female as she is not protected. So if sexual intercourse is done during that period, then it may result in pregnancy. Okay. If more than 36 hours have passed between the last pill taken and delayed consumption of the missed pill, then the course should be continued. Even if it is missed for more than 36 hours, the course should be continued. And if sexual intercourse is happening, then you should use any barrier such as condoms or like coitus interruptus. You have to use that. Any other prevention, that is any other contraceptive method for next 7 to 10 days to prevent the conception. If more than one pill is forgotten, the woman should consider herself similarly unprotective and take other measures to prevent conception. So you will have the tablet forms in this way. If you start it on Friday in the night tablet, then the next day as the arrows are showing, you have to take in this method. So it will be mentioned on the tablet sheet itself on which day which tablet should be taken. So if you forget the Saturday's tablet on the night, next day morning you can take it, and the Sunday's tablet should be also taken. So the aromatic arrows have been given. You have to go accordingly to that. And the next 7 days tablet will be placebos, or nowadays they are giving them as iron tablets, so that it will be useful. So the next cycle again you have to start with the next sheet. So in this, if the period, that is fifth day of the period, is Monday, if it is, so you have to start the Monday tablet, then continue in the ways how arrows are being shown in this sheet. Coming to biphasic and triphasic combination pills. These are combination pills which contain different proportions of estrogen and progesterone. They are designed to stimulate the hormonal profile of the normal menstrual cycle. This allows the lower doses of both synthetic steroids in the early part of the cycle and higher doses in the later part of the cycle. So they prevent the breakthrough bleeding. They are more complex to use. They offer very little advantage over the monophasic pills, and they are more expensive also. Coming to extended cycle combined oral contraceptives. Here, combined oral contraceptive pill containing 30 micrograms of ethinyl estradiol, that is estrogen, and 150 micrograms of levonorgestrel, that is progesterone. It is taken daily for 84 days, which is followed by a placebo for 7 days. So this allows withdrawal bleeding once in 3 months, 4 times a year. Generally, a woman, she bleeds, that is, she gets periods, menstrual periods, 13 times in a year. But women using these extended cycle combined oral contraceptive pills, for her periods come only 3 months in 1 year. Spotting may occur frequently with this method, but the major advantage is it reduces the number of menstrual cycles. So it hence appears acceptable to many women. How they are used, I'll tell you. We have 3 forms. So how they are used: in first thing, combined oral contraceptive, which contains 30 micrograms of estrogen and 150 micrograms of progesterone, that is levonorgestrel, which is administered for 84 days, then followed by 10 micrograms of estrogen for 7 days. In the next dose, low dose, which contains 20 micrograms of ethinyl estradiol, that is estrogen, plus 100 micrograms of levonorgestrel. Here we are using, in first thing, we are using 30 micrograms of estrogen and 150 levonorgestrel. Whereas in the low dose form, we are using 20 micrograms of ethinyl estradiol and 100 micrograms of levonorgestrel. And it is same for both. In both the situations, we use it for 84 days and followed by 10 micrograms of ethinyl estradiol for 7 days. This is same for both the conditions. Coming to the next condition, where combined oral contraceptive pills, they contain 20 micrograms of ethinyl estradiol and 150 micrograms of levonorgestrel, which is administered for only 42 days and followed by 25 micrograms. There we are using 10 times. In the previous conditions, we are using 10 micrograms only. Here we are using 25 micrograms of ethinyl estradiol and 150 micrograms of levonorgestrel for 21 days, which is followed by 30 micrograms ethinyl estradiol plus 150 micrograms levonorgestrel, which is administered for 21 days, and lastly 10 micrograms of estrogen tablet for 7 days. Okay. Another pill which is available, it contains ethinyl estradiol 20 micrograms and levonorgestrel 90 micrograms, which is taken daily uninterruptedly for 365 days a year. About 60% of the women, they develop amenorrhea within 1 year, and breakthrough bleeding and spotting are common in the initial stages of this treatment, but they decrease subsequently. After stopping of this treatment, the menstrual cycles will again be resumed within 2 to 3 months in over 90% of the population. Coming to the mechanism of action of combined oral contraceptive pills. This combination, it suppresses the FSH rise, that is follicular stimulating hormone rise, which is due to the estrogen compound, and luteinizing hormone peak, LH peak, which is due to the progestin. So follicular growth is not initiated and inhibition of the ovulation occurs. That is, ovulation does not occur, inhibition of ovulation. Although estrogen can alone be effective, which is not suitable, it may cause profuse irregular bleeding. The progestin pills, what they do, they increase the contraceptive effect. In fact, they play a major role in ovulation inhibition. They modify the cervical mucus, that is, they increase the thickness, tenacious, and they become hostile to the sperms. They prevent breakthrough bleeding. It ensures predictable withdrawal bleeding after each cycle of the treatment. That is, after every 28 days cycle, after every 28 days cycle, the woman definitely bleeds. That is, withdrawal bleeding occurs definitely. This reduces the menstrual blood loss also. Coming to the pharmacological actions of combined oral contraceptive pills. How they show on the endometrium. The effect on the endometrium is similar to that of the luteal phase. The full secretory activity on the endometrial glands, it is achieved within 3 to 4 days after starting of the treatment, and which leads to the pre-decidual changes. Later, the endometrium, it becomes thick, hypoplastic over a period of time. Then the changes are reversed after 2 to 3 months after the stoppage of this drug. On the cervical mucus, after the continuous administration, the progestin, it increases the thickness of the cervical mucus, which causes a cervical barrier, which becomes hostile to the sperm penetration. Coming to its actions, that is metabolic effects. Combined oral contraceptive pills, they cause hyperglycemia, glycosuria, that is glucose in urine, and mildly impaired glucose tolerance along with a rise in insulin levels have been reported. Increased incidence of clinical diabetes mellitus, it is not been established, but the mechanism of these actions is not clear. So it is believed that increased resistance to peripheral hypoglycemic action of insulin. The incidence of abnormal GTD, glucose tolerance test, is related to the dose and potency of progestin. Increase in cholesterol, LDL and lower HDL has been observed in some patients. Because the estrogen compound, it has an effect which is opposite to that of the progestin, and no significant alterations in cholesterol level has been observed. The data that indicate the use of combined oral contraceptive pills which contain 50 micrograms of estrogen by healthy non-smoking women up to the age of 35, it is not associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. The pill also causes slight increase in plasma triglycerides in some women. So, Ultimately, you have to understand that there is increase in cholesterol, HDL, LDL, and plasma triglyceride levels also in the women who use these combined oral contraceptive pills. But it is not, increased risk is not seen with women above 35 years containing 50 micrograms of estrogen. And acceleration of platelet aggregation, adhesion, and reduction of activity of the fibrinolytic system is also seen. The estrogen component is thought to be responsible for these platelet aggregation and adhesion system changes. Their action on pituitary ovarian axis is prolonged administration of these drugs. They do not seem to cause any permanent structural changes in the pituitary or ovary, although during the therapy, ovaries may appear smaller and their secretion may practically cease. So permanent structural changes are not seen in the pituitary and ovaries, but a small secretional changes may be seen. The conception may be delayed, but the pill does not cause permanent infertility. Okay, that is after stoppage of the, like, if a woman wants to get pregnant, she can stop these pills. So even after stopping of the pills, the conception can be delayed. That means she cannot become pregnant for up to 5 to 6 months. It may be delayed, but she will not become infertile. Their action on other endocrine glands is that the plasma total thyroxine T4 is raised, and also thyroxine binding globulin. The concentration of free hormone is not altered. Or there is also increase in the cortisol binding globulin transcortin. A slight but a definite rise in plasma cortisol level and a reduction in the rate of hepatic cortisol metabolism have been reported. Coming to adverse reactions of combined oral contraceptive pills. In general, they will have nausea, anorexia, that is, they cannot eat, decreased appetite. Anorexia is decreased appetite, and vomiting. These are common and are due to the estrogen component. These changes are due to the estrogen component. So the pill should be taken at bedtime on full stomach to minimize these nausea, vomitings. The estrogen may also be responsible for other effects like breast enlargement, mastalgia, that is pain in the breast, and increased vaginal secretions. Excessive estrogen also suppresses lactation. In certain individuals, there is weight gain is also seen. In others, weight gain is due to sodium retention and edema, mostly due to estrogens. They also cause blurring of vision and mental depression. The of the risk of depression is greater in women with past history of depression. Estrogen induced alteration in vitamin B6 metabolism and respond to pyridoxine in the dose of 20 mg twice a day has been seen. Okay, B6 metabolism has been decreased, so 20 mg vitamin B6 twice a day can be given in those people. Oral contraceptive use increases significantly, though to a small extent the risk of vaginal infections like candidiasis have also been observed. This pill decreases the serum levels of pyridoxine, folic acid, vitamin C, calcium, and zinc, whereas those of vitamin A, copper, and iron are elevated in the serum. Bleeding irregularities are also seen. Cycle control is usually excellent. A large proportion of women, bleeding irregularities are not seen, I'm sorry. So cycle control is excellent. A large proportion of women, they experience regular cycles and relief from dysmenorrhea. Dysmenorrhea is abdominal pain, which is experienced during periods. Premenstrual tension is also decreased, and excessive menstrual blood loss is also decreased with the use of these pills. This is beneficial. So occasionally bleeding similar to that of normal menstrual period occurs during the course of medication. In such cases, the tablets they are stopped and a new course is started 5 days with a preparation containing larger quantity of progestin. Spotting can be seen in the middle like intermittent blood stain trickling during the therapy. Its incidence appears to be higher with low estrogen or no estrogen pills. Other effects like thromboembolic phenomena, which is seen in women over 35 years of age, the risk is more. Then hypertension is seen, that is in about 15% of people have shown the incidence of hypertension. Uterine fibroids, uterine fibromyalgia can undergo enlargement during the therapy with pills. Hence, the presence of fibroids is relative contraindication. In liver diseases, basically alterations in bile secretion and other functions of the hepatocytes may be decreased. Abnormal. Carcinogenicity. Estrogens are carcinogenic. Their evidence regarding the breast cancer following combined oral contraceptive pill is controversial. Coming to absolute contraindications of combined oral contraceptives. Contraindications of oral contraceptives. That is, in pregnancy, in estrogen dependent cancers like breast cancer or endometrial cancers, these patients should never be given these estrogen pills. Then in cardiovascular diseases such as CHF, cardiomyopathy, ischemic heart disease, thrombosis, venous thrombosis. It should not be given in severe or focal migraine. It should not be given in patients who have diabetes since 20 years and diabetes with end organ disease. In such patients, these should not be given. And in patients with hyperlipidemia and in patients with active liver diseases, combined oral contraceptives are absolutely contraindicated in these patients. After the start of oral contraceptives, the woman should be initially seen for the second and third cycle. That is to check whether she is taking the medication in a proper way or whether she is really understanding how to take the drug. She can be called after the 6 months and later she can be called every year. The observations in a woman whom you start this treatment, you should check for the blood pressure and weight, liver function and glycosuria, cervical and breast abnormalities, evidence for thrombophlebitis, changes in the retinal blood vessels, psychological changes. It is advisable to stop the pill for 1 month before any elective surgery, which may result in the deep vein thrombosis post-operatively. So you have to stop 1 month before the surgery. The pill should be avoided in breastfeeding. It can be started on the very next day after an abortion or medical termination of pregnancy. If these pills are used properly, the contraception is 99 to 100% effective. Since the pill is capable of causing various systemic effects, a history of taking the pills should form a part of the routine medical history in a woman of the childbearing age. That is, if you are using these drugs in her history, like if she is going for any other treatment or any other skin disease for any other doctor, if she is going, when history is asked, she should compulsory say that she is using these tablets if she is using. Coming to other uses of combination of oral contraceptive pills, that is apart from contraception. in postcoital contraception, polycystic ovarian syndrome, dysfunctional uterine bleeding, premature menopause. In Turner syndrome, also these oral contraceptive pills are used. In Turner syndrome, they are characterized by primary amenorrhea, lack of secondary sexual characters, and short stature, with or without certain dysmorphic abnormalities due to chromosomal defect, most commonly an exokaryotype. After initial cautious treatment with small doses of an estrogen, the patient may be treated with combined oral contraceptive pills. Coming to progestins alone as contraceptives. Till now we have learned about pharmacological actions, uses and adverse effects of combined oral contraceptive pills. That is, in the pill you will have both estrogen and progestin. Coming to this, progestin alone as contraceptives, in the pills you will have only progestin, no estrogen is present. In this we have levonorgestrel, which is a 19-nortestosterone compound, possesses very potent progestational activity. In the daily oral dose, 30 micrograms continuously, if it is used, it prevents conception. That is, the tablet contains 30 micrograms of progesterone. The drug reduces the sperm penetrability of the cervical mucus and impairs the luteal function. Norgestrel racemic mixture is only half as potent as levonorgestrel, as latter alone is active. That is, levonorgestrel is active compared to norgestrel. The other progestin only pills are norgestrel 75 micrograms, norethistrone 350 micrograms, and ethanodiol diacetate 500 micrograms. The advantages, these are also called as mini pills. This progesterone only pills are also called as mini pills. They are the usual estrogen induced adverse effects such as alterations in coagulation factors, suppression of lactation, and rise in triglyceride metabolisms are low. There is no delay in conception following the stoppage of these progesterone only pills. Whereas in combined oral pills, we have studied that the delay may be up to 4 to 5 months, but after stopping of this progesterone only pill, the delay is not seen. They can be used during breastfeeding. All of them cause irregular and short bleeding intervals, and spotting is seen very frequently. Concurrent use of enzyme-inducing drugs such as rifampicin can render progesterone-only pills ineffective. That is, if you are using a progesterone-only pills or contraceptive pills along with rifampicin, then contraception cannot be gained. That is, the woman may get pregnant if it is used along with rifampicin. Further, even one pill is forgotten, the delay or is delayed by 3 hours or longer by a woman who is not breastfeeding, intercourse should be considered as unprotected, and alternative methods such as condoms should be used. Okay, if a woman forgets one pill or more than 3 hours, if it is delayed, like for example, yesterday night you have taken the tablet at 10 p.m. Today also you have to take at 10 p.m. If more than if it is delayed, like if you take in the next day morning, then you are unprotected. If sexual intercourse is done, then it should be done using any other alternative contraceptive method like condoms or any other method, because the action is delayed. The use of progestin alone for contraception is much less reliable than combined oral contraceptives. Progestin only pills are used only in patients with specific contraindications to estrogen, in breastfeeding mothers, and in those who find other contraceptive measures unacceptable. That is, generally in every patient we use combined oral contraceptive pills only, but if she has any other contraindications, like she should not be given estrogen for if the mother is breastfeeding, and she should not be given estrogen, in such patients, in such women, you can give progesterone only pills. Only those patients are preferred. The progesterone only pill should be started by a breastfeeding mother 6 weeks after the delivery. So you will have these progesterone only pills in this form: 0.075, that is 75 micrograms. You will have this in a similar pattern, but you will not have any 7 days where you have to take a placebo tablet, that is or any iron tablets. You will have these days continuously for the 365 days. In nursing care, what you have to check is the last menstrual period, that is LMP should be tested. The body weight, BMI, if the patient is gaining weight, excessive weight gain, excessive weight gain, blood pressure should be tested. If she has any blurring of vision or any other conditions like glycosuria or hyperglycemia, if the patient is complaining, you have to check these complaints and inform it to the doctor. So these are about oral contraceptives, about combined oral contraceptives and progesterone alone pills. Thank you.